restaurant bar.
They don't market it very, like, it's really just locals and people who've been there that know about it.
You know what would be the best ever
What's that?
is that damn pier.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just asking to be the greatest place
Yeah.
for every visitor and everybody to hang out and eat.
Do a tenth of what they have in like Galveston and we're.
You drive our trucks all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
We're super cool
Yeah.
to work there.
But-
Park at the top and eat cheeseburgers.
Man, have those
Have
bar chairs all the way out.
I mean, my hamburger over there, beach dog was decent.
I live
Legal dispute with that.
on Lake,
now that-
just off of Riverside, River Hills Road, Lake Austin.
He-
And there's
he put
no
the equals
place,
in there.
just like that, but it's on, called the beer.
One day I was looking at-
It's called the pier, not hula
I
hut.
looked back on there.
No,
That's
that's
really
Andy
bad.
Norton, he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
That worked too, that worked good. But that place, everybody, I rebuilt it 3 times. I mean, this don't jack.
Really?
To the owner about.
But it
buying
just-
75.
That would be such a hit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's how.
But they're trying,
I mean, yeah. Great.
That's my number one go-to on it.
With the way they covered it up at Milo's at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
We are ready to go when you are.
Ready? Okay. Oh, meeting to order at 3 PM. Let's see. Where am I starting here? This is a notice hereby given that the Port Aransas Planning and Zoning Commission will conduct a meeting on Thursday, August 3rd, 2023, beginning at 3 PM at the regular meeting place in City Council Chamber at City Hall, 710 West Avenue A, Port Aransas, Texas. A notice of meeting giving time, place, date, and subject was posted as described in VTCA Government Code 551-.041 for the purpose of considering the following agenda items. We will call the meeting to order. Public hearing at this time. Let's see. At this time, the Planning and Zoning Commission will conduct public hearing on the following items. Please limit comments to 3 minutes or less. Item 2.1, FPLT 23-001185 Blue Marlin subdivision, block 1, lots 1 through 33, being a final plat of 5.136 acres out of an existing 24.582 acre tract comprising portions of lots 1 through 3 and 8 through 10, block 51, lots 1 through 10, blocks 49 and 50, lots 4 and 7, block 48, state land surveys, Mustang Island, Oasis County, Texas, as shown on the map of public land on Mustang Island dated May 1945, as filed in the General Land Office in Austin, Texas. Said lots 3 through 5, block 51, also being referenced in the land award and receipt from the state of Texas on behalf of the Permanent School Fund to MDW Financial Limited Partnership in document number 20130333412, recorded in official public records of Nueces County, Texas. Applicant Gabriel Goodman, Blue Marlin Holdings LLC, property location 3100 block of Highway 361. Any comments on item 2.1? Okay, moving on to citizen comments and reports. At this time, council will be taken from the audience on any subject matter. Please limit comments to 3 minutes in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. The Planning and Zoning Commission may not discuss or take action on any item that has not been posted on the agenda.
Nobody said that.
Nobody's there. Okay. Number 4, items for consideration. Item 4.1, discuss and take appropriate action on FPLT 23-001185 Blue Marlin subdivision, block 1, lots 1 through 33. Applicant Gabriel Goodman, Blue Marlin Holdings, property location 3100 block of Highway 361 on 11th Street.
Okay, quickly, some of you guys that were here when we went through this preliminary plat last year, maybe the very beginning of this year. Remember that this is the tract that is right next to this, which is we used to call it the GLO tract for a long time. We did a preliminary plat on this that consisted of 3 separate lots. One is the lot that's right next to the Texan in this area right here. This lot down here is what we're discussing today, and then this lot over here is going to be the RV park. Here, this lot up front is going to be a restaurant, which we're excited. But this nut, so typically you guys will see preliminary plats come in with the final plat coming in at the same time, because it's legal to do them both together.
Right.
It's not mandatory though, so sometimes you will see where we just approve a preliminary plat, which is what we did for this plat last year. Once that preliminary plat's approved, they have 1 year to get everything ready and to file for the final plat approval. That consists of civil plans that have to be reviewed by an engineer, approved, put in. And then they can apply for the final plat to be signed and filed. That's what they chose to do this way. So the final plat conforms completely with the preliminary plat. Infrastructure is all in, it's been inspected. So this final plat is here before you for your approval.
Okay, so no major changes were made.
No major changes at all. Utilities all reapproved, engineer reapproved,
Yeah.
everything was good. We did physical inspections out there on site. Everything for the city is good. They still have a couple of things that they have to correct for the water department. But that doesn't affect this at all. You guys can approve that plat and then the water department just doesn't sign off on the plat until those changes are made. And then it gets filed with the program.
Okay. Any questions related to item 4.1?
These are our first Marlin streets in town.
That's never made it to the board.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
When it came, I was surprised.
That is funny.
Can we invite a motion?
So I'll make a motion to approve FPLT 23-001185.
We have a motion to approve
Second.
and a second.
Okay, we have a motion from Craig Scott and a second from Richard Kay. Nick Lorette,
Yes.
Stephen Wilson,
Yes.
William Straver,
Yes.
Richard Kay,
Yes.
Craig Scott,
Yes.
and Mike Vayon.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, item 4.2, discuss and take appropriate action on alternative parking plan for lot 2 and lot 3 of the William R. Ellis subdivision. Applicant Kathy Ellis Porter, Winston Carricker, sorry if I mispronounced that. Property location 717 and 801 Tarpon Street and 730 Trout Street.
I'm sure you guys are highly familiar with the area. It's the area right now that wasn't insinuating anything. So I wasn't trying to insinuate.
You know your audience, though.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so this area is definitely in the older section of town. And so first of all, I'm sure that you guys are all familiar with alternative parking plans. When a business can't get all of its parking on the lot, on the site itself, they can apply under certain guidelines for an alternative parking plan. This is one of those situations. These lots used to be all separate. This area that I have marked here in yellow. And several years ago, it was platted all together. And what that does is it innately kind of ties these businesses together because now they're all on the same lot. Whereas before they had not enough parking by our current parking regulations, but because they were built prior to those parking regulations, they were in essence what people call grandfathered. And so until they increased their uses or changed, it was okay for them to keep that amount of parking. Once they platted them together, it makes it like one big business now. So everything on that lot, if one thing wants to change, everything on that lot has to meet the parking conformances. And Bernie's, due to its size and its limited parking on the lot, is really the one that was well underserved. We calculated that they need 75 parking spaces. They have designated just for Bernie's 35. The other businesses had enough for their internal use. But when the applicants came and wanted to increase the uses that they had there on site, we explained to them that they would have to help the whole lot meet parking. So the property owner, Kathy Ellis, also owns this section of land right up in front. So she is dedicating the use of this lot here for all the uses on this lot. And that should more than take care of the lack of parking for that lot, even though we don't know what that coaches section.
717.
Correct.
Yeah.
We don't know the full use or the full parking requirements. We're going to go ahead and get this set in place so that they can do any use in that section
as long as they don't
Yeah.
exceed the parking that
Looks
they'll.
like they'll have what, even after Bernie's 30 something
They,
extra spots.
right, which is a lot. If they were to build a restaurant there, 30 spots get you 120
Yeah.
seats in a
Should be
restaurant.
more than
That's
enough.
big. So I think it's gonna be more than enough for everything that they need
Cool.
on there. We've worked on it for a number of months now. We've taken this plan to the city manager to kind of get his blessing on it ahead of time. He thinks that it's gonna be good. It's gonna be more than enough as well. Of course, we will revisit it once they do bring in a use for that 717 parking.
Mhm.
I can't imagine anything that they're gonna do there that's gonna exceed the parking that they'll now have.
Gotcha.
Once the owner of the lot, the parking lot, she owns them. all,
She owns them
correct?
both.
Once she dedicates that as designated parking for those, she can't change that, can she?
She can, I mean, obviously, we're not privy to kind of the agreement that they have. But say she wanted to sell that lot, then the uses on the other lot have to be reduced to match the parking that they have on site.
Okay.
Or they would have to find additional.
Yeah.
parking.
Correct, they would have to
Within-
go to an alternative parking plan in different
Even
locations.
within a couple 100 feet, like, oh, yeah.
200,
250,
250.
Okay. But, yeah.
Yeah, and you see other alternative parking places in town. Finn's has the parking lot that's next to the Stripes.
Mhm.
Not Deep Sea headquarters. Dolphin Docks has Old Whataburger across the street.
Stingrays.
Stingrays has the one across the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah,
Blue Water
Blue Water,
Cowboy, they
yeah.
purchased that other lot. Some other things that you'll see with alternative parking plans where they actually keep the parking on site is to reduce the size of the parking to accommodate golf carts. So you can do a certain, a certain size and a certain number of golf cart parking. With Sip Yard, we worked it out that way. They have all their parking on site and then they had some additional golf cart spaces that added
On the
some
front.
extra parking. So far, every parking plan that we've done, we haven't really seen any major issues. They've all worked out pretty well.
Perfect.
Cool.
We do have both applicants here if you need to
Anyone else have any questions?
discuss anything.
Then I make a motion to approve the alternative parking plan for lot 2 and lot 3 of the William R. Ellis subdivision.
I have a motion to approve. And a second.
That Nick?
That was barely.
All right, so we have a motion from Stephen Wilson and a second from Nick Lorette. William Strieber.
Yeah.
Richard Kay,
Yes.
Craig Scott,
Yes.
Nick Lorette,
Yes.
Stephen Wilson,
Yes.
Mike Dayon.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, item 4.3, that was pulled, correct?
It was. And we
Okay.
will bring that up next time and it's a doozy.
All right. Item 5, Planning and Zoning Commission comments and items for future consideration.
We don't have anything. Regular meeting is gonna be on the 24th.
Okay.
And then we'll just be regular after that.
Okay,
Perfect.
we will adjourn the meeting. I didn't do it.
That record?
No,
Almost.
no, we're a minute out over.
Oh, okay.
We're like
If I was
30
paying
seconds.
attention, yeah.
Said the next meeting is August 24th.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
24th
So
of
at,
August.
3:12, we'll adjourn the meeting. Dang.
Just barely.
Oh.
All right. We like them quick. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It's just a break stuff. He's a.
That's exactly right.
I should have seized upon it.
Congratulations.
Goes without saying, doesn't it?
Everything is nice, smooth, that quick.